Okay, this is the biggest step of all, and here we go. This is a good screen here. Federal resume is not a private sector resume. It is not bullets. It is not a huge block, and it's not functional. Yep. HR people don't want functional. They don't want short. They want it to be easy to read. And this message here, you might get from OPM, your resume did not document either the number of hours worked per week or a detailed description of duties. Your resume didn't work, and you were not eligible. You were found to be ineligible. Yep, that's right. So don't do that. I can't see pictures here. Well, okay, so here it is. This is what a competitive federal resume is. Yep, here it is. This is good. Normally, it is 3 to 5 pages. Normally. There's one exception. I taught a class this week for NASA, for SES, NASA. Guess what? It says right in the announcement the resume can be up to 10 pages. I was so shocked because, you know, OPM, SES is usually 5 pages anyway, so that's an exception. Most of the time now, I am seeing 5 pages is what's required. I really am. So, and then it needs to match the announcement. That's what we just did in our exercise. It needs to include accomplishments. We're going to talk more about that in a minute. It lists the employment in reverse chronological order and includes all the required information such as month and year, hours per week, street address, location, and use the outline format so it's easy to read. Pretty good. I love that slide. Now, here's a sample of how your resume could look, and this is one of the case studies in the book, a piece of it. She has a little introduction here about the nonprofit before she jumps into the duties. And she says it's a 501c3 nonprofit to assist Native American women veterans. And I'm recommending this to be added to your resume as an introduction to your organization so the HR understands, what if this wasn't there? What if it was left out? It wouldn't be as good without it, because how would we know what this organization is? Then her hats and her skills are develop goals, senior advisor, design operational plans, and then here's 2 of her accomplishments right here. So one of them was she formulated policies to improve women's initiatives, invited to meet with congressional leaders in DC, which resulted in the creation of the Women's Mentorship Program for military members in active duty. Wow. Members met with the VA Office of Tribal Government Affairs for a briefing on current status of issues regarding tribal veterans, access to veteran affairs, healthcare, and benefits. An after-action report was written and submitted to congressional leaders for action. That's the story. That is an accomplishment, and you will note that it is not 5 words. It is 6 lines, 3 or 4 sentences. It's a little story. It's not just a bullet. So when you write your accomplishments in your resume, I like this length a lot. Not too short, not too long. You know, the resume is 5 pages. Private sector resumes are 2 pages. The reason that federal is 5 is because you add these little stories. Because HR wants to see what you've done, and they want some explanation with it. So can you all see me on the screen? I can't see my pictures of everybody. I have my video on. All right, I trust it. Okay, then the accomplishment was she managed attendance at the Veterans Day Parade, and the details are there. So this is where we're going to go with the federal resume, and I'll be showing you more samples. So this is what to include. You need starting and ending dates. A lot of people will give you resumes that do not have this. And that's the first thing you say is, I need start and ending dates. I need hours per week, the level of experience to show. Now, level of experience could be the salary, the military level, the GS level, or the words in the resume. But military people, you could add the rank because HR understands ranks, so you could add that. I know in the top class, they teach everybody to not include the rank because it's private sector, but for federal, they do understand ranks. And then add your relevant experience and accomplishments to match every qualification, and then go ahead and put in volunteer experience. Oh, by the way, look at this. This is a volunteer job, by the way. This is not a paid job. You don't see any salary there. Volunteer job. There it is. It is a full job block. And accomplishment. And she's not paid. She used this to get hired, this unpaid job. So be sure to add your volunteer experience. If you have, some really relevant experience, volunteer, you have to make it a job block to make it relevant. Okay, also add all of this. Yeah, right. Your degree, certification, month and year, credits, major courses, qualifications. Yep. This is on page 72 in the book. That's why it's 5 pages.